You want to know how I was made? Well, I wish the monks were here. They could tell you more. I was carved from a rock. Well, actually, a boulder. Carved out of a chunk of it by the shrine monks. To their surprise, I came to life through their sculpting. I was crowned a sacred shrine spirit, whatever that is. They gave me a place to stay, and left me to do what I liked. But staying put was the last thing I wanted to do. So I left. Traveled quite a bit, took in the sights. It was scary and lonely. But it was also full of beautiful things. So I took the good and the bad, and I came back home. I came back to think about the truth. I can't. Then it's time. I've been ruminating. Struggling with the past will do that to you. It'll chip away at you from the inside, weighs you down, puts you under pressure. It's extremely difficult to let go of. But with help, you can unburden your spirit. Realize you are not alone, and give yourself the greatest gift of all: forgiveness. And so that's the story. Yeah. What do you mean, who am I? I'm Terramundi. Let me back out of your face here for a minute. First off, I'd like to say welcome everybody. I have a few things to say. Thank you for the raids. This is my debut, and I'd like to kind of frame up some things that may not have realized now that you've watched the video. I think I heard somebody say that it might have been muted. I can't fix that if it was. These little rune tablets can be extremely confusing at times. So what I can do is that later I can get you something to watch that has that video with music and sound and voice, which doesn't really take away from what I have to explain, because I guess we were talking about Chip, who's our tiny friend. Hi, Anna Marie. I'm seeing a lot of friendly faces. Hi, everybody. I am Terramundi. I am a stone golem, as you may or may not know. So, what I'm going to do now is try to introduce myself before the stream goes down again. But you need to know about me. What do I have to do with Chip? Where is Chip right now? What's the deal? Who is this large stone man in front of you? Well, I've got a lot of answers to that. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support and being here, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and show a couple things to you, but I need my connection to the past to not completely destroy itself. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna see if that'll work.
It's this. It's not actually the back end of my stream. It's actually a tablet. I think I'm going to run through this real quick. Since you guys can all read this, right? Everybody's cool here? I'll give you just like half a tick to go ahead and read through that for just a minute. Oh, wait, what? You guys can't read this? This right here. You can't... Seriously? Wait. Oh, okay. All right. Hold up. I can fix that. I've got it. Yep. Nope. My mistake. I didn't realize that nobody here speaks Runic, which is, you know, a language of automations. My bad. How about instead, I go ahead and translate for you. So, my name is Yama Terramundi. You can call me Terramundi, or you can just call me Mundi. If you're a friend of me, you can just call me Mundi. Everyone's asking about my name, and the truth is that my real name is Terramundi. The title is based on the unit. So Chip is a different unit than I am, but that's information for later. I was born today. I mean, not today. No. I wasn't. I was not literally born today, but also I was. My birthday is 7/13. It is International Rock Day. Can we call you Terra? Absolutely. You know what? I'm totally all right with that. I've heard a lot of people say my name is Terramundi. I've heard a lot of people try to pronounce it like that. It's upside down, I think. No, it should be in standardized English now. I should have translated it correctly. I'm a tall lad. As a stone golem, I was created for some purpose, and as a result, I am a guardian of humanity. It made no sense to be as small as them when I was meant to protect them. I am 9'9". I am very tall. That's why we're out here on the roof. There's not a lot of places around post-singularity that are like friendly indoors for somebody as large as I am. Yeah. So, yeah, I hope the roof is all right. It's a nice sunny day. It's a nice day in the summer anyhow. So, I only speak English. Although I speak trace amounts and can understand Spanish and Japanese. English is my almost primary language. That's just how I was brought up. Before this happened. Anyway. There are some things I like, and there are some things I dislike. I have a huge passion for tabletop role-playing games. These kinds of universes and places always really tickled my fancy when I was alive. And these universes that you can make in your head and then control are huge to me. I am a DM, so I'm a dungeon master, or a scene orchestrator, or however you would say, the person who leads the game. I like playing, and I love optimizing characters. No matter the system, I've played quite a few. But tabletop RPGs, especially the ones that you can get pieces out for and play, games like Warhammer, War Machine. I like to daydream. There's a lot of nothing to do in the future here, and unfortunately, daydreaming is something I do a lot nowadays. I hold vigil at night, watching for things, and as a result, I tend to live in my own head a lot. It helps amplify a lot of the other things that I do, creative processes, my painting. Speaking of which, let's go right over to painting. I am a professional tabletop miniatures artist. I have 25 years of experience in painting and have done commissions that I have lived off of. I don't brag about this all that often, but since, you know, you're here and a captive audience, and I feel like being obnoxious, I'm just going to tell you I'm really good. And I love teaching it too. So I'm not like flagrantly terrible about that. Thank you over there on Twitch chat. Thank you. The painting that I do started a long time ago and then just kept getting better. I was self-taught. I had no idea what I was doing. It became a passion for me. Similar to many other things. I think what a lot of people realize is that I'm a very impassioned person. And the things that I love a lot. And the things that I don't, I also feel vehemently about. But I will try to focus on the things that are good. Speaking of really good things, I love pineapple pizza. You wouldn't think, given I'm a man made of stone, but oh boy, does pineapple pizza tickle my fancy. I can't even eat normal pizza now, with like the extra cheese and stuff like that. I got a rough system. All the mechanics inside just don't vibe, but oh boy, it's not a meme. I stand pineapple pizza. I stand on my word on it. And stan it. It's good stuff. Give it a shot. Don't boil yourself down for the memes. Don't do it. You can put whatever you want on pizza. Pizza is an international food. It deviates by regency and region. Just do it. Yeah, anyway. Sparkling water, I love. It's good. It's healthy. It's got that purity, but it's also got that, yeah, yes, sparkling water is, it's good. It's the best replacement for all of the trash I used to drink. And so it's become a favorite of mine, to the point where actually I have a slight imbalance. There's a little bit too much fizz. It kind of gums up the works, but by no means is it anywhere near as bad as what I used to consume. And then another thing I really like is supporting others. When it comes to anything from video games to just being friendly, I enjoy supporting other people. I honestly do. Especially in like team environments. The bigger the game, the more I have fun, because being able to feel like I am in the zone is, and like what I mean by that is like in an area where I am a necessity, but a smaller part of the greater whole is like it. I love it. I thrive in environments where I am a mere cog in the machine that we are all working towards. I love communal events. I love communal growth. I love being the person that is the diamond in the rough. If I am the worst out of a huge group of people and we're all doing the same thing, I feel 100% at home. That being said, I play card games. You expect me to read? Listen, man, I am reading these off for you. I've even translated the darn things. Let's go to some of my dislikes. Some stuff I don't like. I don't like soda or energy drinks. I can't drink them anymore. They imbalance my natural mana inside of my mana crystal in my chest, and it makes me violently ill. I just cannot do it. It's hence why I replaced it. I'm a big foodie. I love eating. I love drinking, but some things I can no longer eat and some things I can no longer drink are definitely clogging up this list. And thankfully, they're no longer clogging my arteries. Well, when I had them. Along the same vein, I don't drink alcohol. It will literally kill me. That's a little fact there. I grew up in a family who everyone at the table used to have their own salt shaker. Everybody got their fair share of salt. I hate salt. It is infuriating how much salt that I've eaten. And so I now avoid it like the plague where I can, but it's like the creeping crystalline reaper. You just can't avoid it. It does make it does make food super tasty, but I just can't do it. Not anymore. This one's going to confuse you all. Sleeping. Who here likes to sleep? Well, the answer is not this guy. I have some issues with my inner mechanics. And so when I go into a low energy state or try to go into a trance-like state, I can't. I don't necessarily have insomnia the way you would think of it. Think of it like just the gears grind themselves too hard, whether that's mentally or physically. And so recently I actually got some mechanisms and things that have been helping this, but I dislike sleep because I know that there's a high chance and likelihood that one day I'm going to go to sleep and I may never wake up. I'm doing my darndest. It's not necessarily a fear, I would say. Maybe not a fear. Maybe it is a fear. Whatever. I get plenty of rest now. Let's say that. I love getting good rest. I dislike getting what I normally get for rest. And that's being fixed. So don't worry. I'm actively fighting the good fight. Materialism. Here's the hottest take here. Despite some of the hobbies that I have, painting tabletop stuff and playing video games, I don't own a lot of things. Maybe I haven't told you, but I am a monk by profession. I've taken up a personal vow to enhance myself through my own means. And as a result, part of that comes with a little bit of asceticism. If I need to get up and leave, I'll be able to do it without losing any of my seriously held on possessions, because I own very little. Even the tabletop painting that I told you about, I don't hold on to any of those models. They're all gone. I got through with them and then I send them on their way. And the same goes for things like games. I prefer digital products and things that would travel with me in the cloud. I don't own many consoles. I don't own anything of material strength or value. When I was living, I used to have a very cheap car. Do I follow any Buddhist tenets or different ascetic monastic lifestyle? I certainly would like to try, but circumstances are a little complicated. I'm sure if I put my mind to it, maybe we could accomplish something. But maybe the reason that I chose to do this to begin with is to strike some kind of spiritual path. Maybe that's what we'll get into. Maybe when we're talking big philosophy and that kind of stuff, which I very much enjoy talking about. It's not on this list, but I'm a big philosophy guy. So, no, I'm aware of the Buddhist tenets and ascetic monastery lifestyles. Or ascetic lifestyle at the very minimum, and I do live somewhat to that game, but not all of the pillars. I do not follow all 6 pillars. I follow at least one, but it may be it might be by coincidence. Man, you are material. What is that supposed to mean? Come on now. Listen. I'm made of nothing more than the common clay of man. Anyway, that's my likes and dislikes out of the way. I think we need to talk about something. I think we need to talk about something real important. I love, what was that? Music. Right. Music. The real spirit and soul of the world. I grew up in the crucible of metal. I listened to all of it. I listened to alt, metal, symphonic, new, industrial, power, folk, avant-garde, all of it. I especially like some of the newer stuff that's more power metal, like Necrogoblicon, Unleash the Archers. There's just good stuff. Eluvate. Who else? Trying to think. Marsh Volta. They're a little older though. It's just good stuff all around. Everything from the heaviest thing you couldn't to stuff you've got now. Folk metal? That would be like Iluvate. Or, oh, good lord. I can't remember their name, but good god, do they have the tribal aesthetics done? Right? I would need to look them up. It's I basically poked my head into that genre with Iluvate. And, that's about it. Yeah, like, I grew up listening to all the classics for metal in like I think it was the 90s, 80s, 90s. Disturbed, Korn, Slipknot, Jack Black. There's all kinds of stuff. For industrial, I definitely started with Rammstein, but we moved around. New metal, you name it, System of Down. I know every single one of their songs. I want to do some karaoke of that stuff, actually. For experimental, after I got out of that, I started going into a lot of EDM, and the experimental kind of dragged me through the mud when I found Aphex Twin, and I got into really weird stuff like harsh noise. If anybody is aware of what that is. That's a crazy, that's some, yeah. Well, hey, Tubular, thank you. The EDM, Monster Cat, chiptune, that kind of stuff, happened when I started finding more anime, actually. I started bumping into this subgenre of musics that kind of overlapped between Vocaloid and EDM. Upon finding Monster Cat, I found one of my favorite bands called Infected Mushroom. The caveat here is that video game scores and anime scores definitely carried me. I fell in love with the Nier soundtrack, and from there it was all downhill. So, between, I'd say right now, all of my interests for music are pretty much like mix-mashed between all these general genres. So if it's under any of this, I probably listen to it. Even if it's not, I might have heard it, but I don't really focus on it. Video games. You know, we're out here post-Singularity, and I've gotten retro consoles to work. I have found them. I have physical copies. I have a Nintendo 64. I know no one's cheering me on for that one, but I just wanted to let you know. Alright? Anything from between the Super NES and GameCube era, that's my jam. That's my jam. It's absolutely my jam. I love them. I'll play anything from that era, pretty much. And I will be playing some stuff from that era. I've got some plans, some fun stuff. My interest in games is very eclectic. You almost won't find that you could hand me a game that I won't play. But of these focuses, Minecraft, specifically modded. Interesting fact, I've been playing since beta, and I have not ever beaten the Ender Dragon solo. Ever. Not even in modded. Because it wasn't important. I enjoy even vanilla a little bit because they're improving vanilla slowly. Mods is really the way to go. Doom. I should just call this boomer shooters. Anything that you can bunny hop in. Any of those kinds of games. That is also my jam. I love that style of game. My first Doom game was Doom 3, which was terrifying because it was far more horror elemental than any of the others. And oh boy, did that set me on the course to play everything that tastes like Doom. Now, unfortunately, I never played Quake, but I'd like to. I don't know how I'd do that, or if it's even worth it to do that, but that was one of the games that I just missed out, because playing Nintendo stuff, I missed out on like literally everything else, and that included good PC games too. So, Elden Ring broke me in half. I played Elden Ring as one of my most recent full clear finishes, and I literally came off the high of not being able to enjoy another game. I am extremely excited to play the expansion. I still have not touched it. So, spoilers, but that might be in the future for me. I am mid-plat Overwatch support. Not good at any sort of aim. I need to play characters that don't aim. Overwatch is dying though, so I don't know where I'll go once I get the itch to do multiplayer team shooters. Maybe TF2, I don't know. That sounds like hell too. World of Warcraft. I played this game for 15 years. Yep, I'm that guy. While it was up and around, still a flesh bag, I decided to do that thing where you don't do so well in college because you're playing World of Warcraft. I skipped the first expansion and hit up Wrath of the Lich King, BC, late BC. And Wrath is where I really like dug in my heels, and all the way until Battle for Azeroth, I was a loyal, powerful player. I've done everything. I did hardcore raids. I did, dang, what didn't I do? It was actually kind of crazy. That game is burned into my memory, and so is the most recent version, or I guess the most retro version. Classic. Finally kind of gave up the ghost because of Final Fantasy XIV. More recently, my actual MMO binge has been 14, because that game is like WoW 2.0 to me. Yeah. 14 is great. I play all the classes. Warcraft, I only ever played a Fury Warrior. And Gladiator during WoD. RIP Gladiator. Rest in peace. You will be missed. I am currently in the first chapter of Endwalker, and will now need to go and get Viper, since it reminds me a whole lot of Fury Warrior, and we're gonna level up through Endwalker and do the Dawn Trail content real soon. We're gonna do some real big binges on that, because I am really behind, and one of my goals is to get all of my classes up to 100 or 110 or whatever the max level is. I don't know. I haven't touched that game in like 2 years. Sad fact about Warframe, I used to love Warframe, and I got super addicted because about around the time where they introduced, without doing spoilers, when they introduced what's his name, Excalibur Prime in the storyline. For those of you who are Warframe veterans, you'll know what I'm talking about. I decided to go and buy a TennoCon relay ticket, and I had all of these relics that I was going to crack in order to get these specific parts for old stuff that you were supposed to go and do. And so in order to do that, you needed the materials from the previous relics. So I farmed 110 of these relics. 110 of them. Yeah, if you know how relics work, or did back in 2016, I think it was, they were random. I got 100 of the ones I actually needed. I got so burnt out that I stopped playing, missed TennoCon, wasted $60, and never went to the relay to pick them up. Never played again. Now, I would like to go back in and actually experience more of the story, because that game built me a grand reverence for how you can do storytelling. My God. My God. That was good. But I think I would need to be in the right mood. And I don't think I'm there yet. Off the cuff one, Stream Raiders. If you're not aware of what that is, if you guys are over on Twitch, we should be playing this right now, or I will be able to help you guys play it soon. I need to be a captain. So I guess a micro goal right here. If you're a captain, which means you have 100 subs or followers on Twitch, not subs, followers, you can become a captain for this goofy game called Stream Raiders, where you drop little pixel dudes and have little mock battles every like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's a really silly, stupid game. It's addicting as hell. And I want to do that as like a thing, like an aside that we can grab a little show and do a little dance and have a little bit of fun. RuneScape is a game that I played. Holy damn. I have thousands of hours in that game. Well, the less we say about this, the better. I have never gotten a cape. I'm sad. And then I'm going to lump all these together so we can get on to the next slide. Pathfinder, Lancer, D&D, Fabula Ultima. Well, you're telling me, well, dang, that's not a video game, or is it? Or is it? The tabletop games I like, they're pretty standard. However, I am starting to dig into newer and newer things. I've got Lancer rolling, and I am prepping some stuff for another game type, and it's gonna be interesting. Remember, I said I'm a DM. The gears are grinding, and I'm looking for players. I want to do some stuff, and it might not be the stuff that's listed here, but I have experience DMing and playing all of these games here, and I've got stories on stories that we don't have time for. And then probably the biggest thing, I'm gonna make this one quick because, oh boy, I dropped my top 18 here. So yeah, just going through them real quick. Maybe you can catch a vibe. There's Berserk, Fist of the North Star, Golden Kamui, Flip Flappers, Maiden Abyss, Steins Gate, Chainsaw Man, Devilman Wonderland, Black Bullet, Devilman Crybaby, Recreators, Dr. Stone, Land of the Lustrous, Dororo, Madoka Magica, Knights of Sidonia, Kanabari of the Iron Fortress, and Moment by Moment. If you're able to catch a theme here, you may note that there is a unsightly magical girl theme here. I like really dark universes, and I don't care if they're consistently super dark or if they are pastel in nature and insidiously dark on the underside. So I like the grand struggle, and I'm sure that because of circumstances, you can see some of my inclinations for my interests and themes riddled throughout this list. I've watched hundreds of animes, actually. I have an extensive My Anime list that I kept up, I think maybe 2 years ago, up till 2 years ago. And maybe I need to reorganize that on a better website. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. And then I think that's everything for about me. Let's go back to talking about Chip for a minute. Wait, no. What about my goals? Let's do those. Oh, boy. Okay, so I've got a lot to say. I've got a lot to tell. And though I am super happy that I'm able to send this message back on down to y'all, I've got more. I've got a lot more. It sounds like we had some issues with the video, which that's unfortunate. I might try to link this to us, that video again later, or I might drop it maybe on my socials in order to get that out to everybody. But the end all be all is that I have a lot of storytelling to scrape out of here, and I plan on continuing to work on that until it is done. It is a story, and so once it is over, it is over. But right now is nowhere close to that, so don't worry about that. I want to drive it with the help of my followers. This will take the form of a CYOA. Choose your own adventure. Yep. My lore is malleable, to be frank and earnest. One of my goals, one of my dreams, is to join a VTuber group. Remember I was telling you I feel like I am at my best when I am helping support individuals? This is what I meant. Even here, as an indie, doing my thing, I aspire. We're gonna go somewhere. I don't know where yet. And even if that's just with a group of really cool individuals to hang out with, I would not be upset. But we'll see where we go. Okay, well, yeah, this is the weird one, right? Yeah, oldest VTuber. All right, what the hell does that mean? I think that it speaks for itself that time is an ephemeral thread hanging over all of us, and when it pulls us up, there's no resisting it. However, I see that a lot of people will eventually pass us by. If you're part of any socials, you might know people who aren't around anymore. Maybe they graduated. I made a public statement on my Twitter a long time ago, and I'll reinstate it here. I am debut proof. What do I mean by that? It means I will never do one of those debut proof. I'm already losing my marbles here. I am graduation proof. I am not going to put out one of those messages that says, hey, I need time away, this, that, and the other thing. One of my bigger goals outside of here and the now is to become a more well-rounded person. And I think that one of the challenges that I like is being part of a community, perhaps for too long, of a certain thing. And so, whether for good or for ill, did I say ephemeral bread? No, I said ephemeral thread. Like the threads of fate. Sometimes things just don't work out for people. I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that that does not happen to me. And if it does, it does. But it will take on a different form, I'm sure. And I'll still always be here in one way or another. I aspire to be as timeless as my current physical form. Because I don't know if you knew this, but golems don't age. I've been here for a really long time. And I will continue to do that. Part of that whole shtick of wanting to better myself is to show off some of my actual talents. And one of which is that I'm a pretty okay voice actor. God, that was hard to say. Oh, God. Okay. I think that people, once they get to know what I can do, will tell me that I am good. Maybe that I'm great. I have no practical experience, and I just like making silly voices. I've been doing silly voices for as long as I can remember. And if I can turn that into a job, and either turn one of my voices, something that is uniquely mine, or if I can take someone else's voice And even though I'm a little sheepish about showing all that off, I'm going to make it a major focus of some of my content. And as a result, you will start seeing pieces and things. Yeah, I'm not quite if I became a professional voice actor, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs. It's that kind of thing. I'd like to go the distance. I'd like to train it. I'd like to hone it. So that's my final goal. Let's see. Right. So what about you? What does all this mean? What does all this mean in the grand scheme of things to you, my valued units? So my followers are these guys. No, not the right picture, the left picture, the one way over there. Yeah, you guys are soul slabs. Now hold up, wait, no, don't go yet, all right? There's some advantages to this, all right? Listen, had to do a lot of like anatomy study on golems, which sounds weird because we don't have anatomy as per usual, but effectively, the way it works is this. The type of golem that I come from is called a Terra unit. The soul slab is an imprint of a soul of a sentient creature, most of them human, although there are some exclusions. The how do I explain this? They're like a memory card. Yeah, they're like a memory card. I think that the best way to explain them is that they're indestructible. Yeah, literal tablets. Yes, they are. There's some kind of force that imbuing the runes on them imbues into the stone, and only a Terra unit can break another Terra unit. And otherwise, the actual unit itself is not what we're talking about here. The Soul Slab and the Terra unit are two different entities. Yeah, do people even know what a memory card is? I might be talking to the wrong crowd. Listen, yeah, we put your brain on a tablet, and now that tablet is indestructible. So you could think of it like a little bit like a phylactery, if you're into that kind of nerdy persuasion. Although, if the actual unit is destroyed, it needs to be rebuilt. So, needless to say, if you decide to follow me, you will be an absolute unit. You can become one today. We can just scribe your soul right here. But you get to be a tiny rock friend. Yep, that's what Chip is. Chip is my Terra unit. Chip is me. So that's where the confusion can end a little bit. Hopefully that lore video will load up on one of these tablets and you'll be able to watch it on your individual devices sometime soon. Again, I'll get back to that. But yeah, you should join. It's lonely out here. Okay. Well, this has been great, except I need to acknowledge a few people. There have been some fantastic people who've helped make this possible. R.A. Anga did my backgrounds. Ash, who's done almost all of the effects and alerts, which you'll probably see later. I have a lot of my effects turned off, but I have quite a few things to continue to show you that are that were built and animated by Ash. My best boy, Moy of Knowledge, did some of my my overlays, and you'll see them in various scenes. Cry also did certain assets, and the background music you're hearing right now is Odd Top's work, background composer. Uriel Judge, a fantastic artist who also did more of my assets and some of my transitions. Theo, who did my intros and outros, all the stingers that you're going to see throughout the streams. Quetzalgarten did the design for my past self concept in my video. So I guess it would have made more sense with an actual sound. Damn. Well, you live and you learn. We'll have to suss that out later. Again, that video I'll try to reroute us to once I think we're getting pretty close to it, actually. I think it was supposed to launch at 6. So it's gonna be visible. Ryu, who is a fantastically diligent worker and has done a ton of stuff. He made this slideshow, by the way. Ryu does all of my thumbnails almost exclusively, and he's quite the lad. And then last but not least is my art papa. This model was made from the ground up with designs and concepts bounced back and forth between myself and Zaz. Zaz is part of Yozer and Zaz, a pair of twin VTubers, although he's currently on hiatus. I hope that my art papa is shining proud down on me, because I'm most certainly smiling myself. So I think that's a good segue to show you what this model all has. So let's hold on to something while I almost crash the stream again. Oh my gosh, we did it. Holy crap. Listen. I can show you, in the famous words of someone far more astute than me, let me show you my body. So, yeah, there is quite a bit of stuff going on with the good old Terramundi. We've got this going on. We've got a lot of leg, a lot of feet. We don't need to look at those. If you're here for those, you can get out. Just kidding. Go and sit in the back. But what I mainly would like to focus on is all here. So we've got a couple of things. I've got some toggles. I've got the fearful toggle. I'm gonna have to get real unfortunately close here for you. And if you can see, I can get tiny little, they need to be larger or more animated, but it is tiny little cry marks. If I'm not particularly feeling well, I can have a depressive veil. I guess there's no two ways around it. I have to show you what's underneath the armor. I think I trust you all. Some of you freaks want to take a look at what's going on with my chest. I've been seeing you all. You're making me suspicious. But I'll show you, just because I have nothing to hide. So, first off, I'm pretty battle scarred. It's, yeah, it was, you know what? I'm not going to tell you about this. That's not important. What's important is that I survived the impact, and I was repaired better than normal. But there's a whole lot of other stuff going on underneath that armor, and I guess I'm gonna have to show you the truth about what's going on with my arms. So, yeah. I took a little bit more than just that chest damage. As a matter of fact, I have a toggle here that makes it even worse. So, a lot of fracturing, a lot of breaking. It's not pretty stuff. But, thankfully, due to my form, I'm able to hold everything together. I think you might have noticed that my hands are floating. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you the exact number. But, yeah. Let's see. Let me put everything back on. There we go. Now I don't feel so exposed. It's really awkward when I'm like right up here. You just toss the armor off. Becomes far more questionable. Maybe, if you're feeling sassy and you want to try to fight me, then we could fight. And that's the only way you may ever see me with the armor off, because you're gonna have to break it. But You're a rock, you need to learn how to dodge. Come on, man. I can dodge plenty fine. I'm a monk. My dexterity is one of my higher scores, along with my wisdom. I wouldn't have chose this class if I wasn't good at dodging, certainly. Oh, that's a good one. That's really funny. Really, really funny. Oh, yeah, and, you know, I have this. So, you know, I don't always like to, you know, glaze my ego or anything, but I am truly the world's best. Can I rocket punch? I'm not sure about that one. I actually have no idea. I'd have to try. I mean, wait, I need clarification. Does that mean that I actually punch like a rocket? Or I hit them like a rocket is actually hitting them? Because I can, like, throw a punch way further than you would think. My hands aren't attached. I can throw it far. I can throw it far. You get what I'm saying here? All right. I think we're done here. I want to say thank you to everybody, though I've been trying to hold everything together for the debut. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you so much. I have a schedule that I will be instating on Twitter. And if you're on YouTube, that is, if you go to X and just search up my channel name, I'm sure I'll pop up. But Twitch has it right down in the info. I'll be putting out next week's schedule, which I'll tell you about right now. Here's my plans. Tomorrow, I am putting out a short video because I didn't get many responses for it. But we're going to go fight the Demon King. We're going to go punch him in the butt. And I'm going to organize a raid group. And we're going to see if we can defeat him. Now, what this entails is a kind of like a smasher pass, except everyone who applied is going to be put onto a chart as if they're a fantasy fighter in a dungeon. So I'm going to organize the raid group. And I didn't get many people, but I think I got enough. And you know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm probably going to do it again at a later date. And make it a different boss if we go and beat him. But if you're here and you happen to have an OC of any kind, you can check that Twitter post. But that'll be happening tomorrow at 3 p.m. PST. For the rest of the week, we have a lot of gaming. Monday is Mental Health Monday. I'm never going to stream on Monday, or I'm going to make a habit of not streaming on Monday whenever I can. Gotta take care of your mental, guys. Gals, please. Think of yourself. Monday is just that day for me. So, Tuesday, I'll be playing a lot of games based off rocks. We're going to be playing Rock Simulator. Yes, Rock Simulator. And then after that, we're then going to push that boulder up a hill by playing the game of Sisyphus. Yes, I know. I am very original. I thought it was funny too. After that, however, I'm going to binge Elden Ring like it's going out of style. And I'm going to be playing as a mall ninja. So you should all check that out because that's going to be really funny. We're going to impersonate a man named Patches and become the ultimate mall ninja in all of the Elden Ring land. So, yeah. That's happening on, let's see, that would be Wednesday. Thursday is going to be some catch up on Final Fantasy. And then the weekend is going to be even more, but I promise you I will get out of this huge Elden Ring funk that I've been by not playing these games until this very date. The debut is finally done. It happened. I'm free. I'm free for my 10,000 years of waiting for the Elden Ring content. And we're going to punch those games buns. And then I will start doing a more rounded collection of games. I have a lot of ideas, and I have 2 different platforms to advertise them to. So if you're on YouTube, don't always expect that you're going to have to deal with multi-streamers. I like to run gorillas on the weekdays, as it turns out. So my schedule will change. This first week is just going to be totally binging. I have no work. I don't need to do... we haven't had a sighting in like a week, and I have a guarantee that there's no more sightings. I don't have to do any vigil work. I don't have to be a lookout. My current profession is that I am a sentinel, and I work the grave night, the darkest of days, all night long. That means that when I get home, though, maybe I could do some gorillas during the week, and I'll be announcing those or even making them into a schedule. But Twitch and multi-stream I'll probably just multi-stream them to YouTube for the hell of it. Twitch can understand that I am going to be taking up the late night streams. So you're going to see me somewhere between maybe like 10, 11, 12 PST, all the way into the wee hours. I will weekend warrior that stuff. That's when we're going to do our long grind stuff. Bigger RPGs, longer games. Maybe with just like a sprinkling of decent human hour stuff going on for collabs. Because I do have some people I want to collab with. I am not going to be a solo streamer. Well, not like always. Anyway. I think that wraps everything up. I hope that everybody had an interesting time learning about me. I cannot wait to begin this journey and see where it ends up going. I'm kind of predetermined in my story and direction for now, and we're gonna see what kind of trajectory we end up going. And from there, who knows? But I will be here. I'll be watching. I'll be protecting. Well, maybe we should work on finding those people to protect. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Terramundi, please continue to be an absolute unit and rock on. Take it easy, everybody. Hold up. By the way, everybody, I am gonna go ahead and try to raid us into some people. If you're around and you're sticking here, I'm gonna throw us to the dogs, or maybe not the dogs. But if you're on Twitch, I have no idea where you're going. If you're on YouTube, I'm probably going to loop this back around to the twins. If you know who Yuki and Yuna Estrella are, some of my big heroes, we'll go and see them. So, okay, bye.